So, there's a really weird series of events going on right now with Modern Warfare. You see, next week there is supposed to be the new event known as Haunting of Verdansk happening on October the 20th. That's when it's supposed to start. And with this, we all kind of assumed that on that day, that is when the mid-season update for Season 6 was going to be, aka Season 6 Reloaded. And generally, on that mid-season update, that is when we get an update, that is when we get a new weapon, that is when we get a new operator, and all of this kind of comes together. But as we know with Season 6, that's not the only thing we're getting. We're getting a new event called Haunting of Verdansk. It's supposed to be a big event in Warzone, and that is kind of what we're going to be talking about today. But the weird part about this is we got an update this week. You can actually pre-download it on PS4. It's a 9.7 gig update, which is a relatively small update for a mid-season update for at least Modern Warfare. And it's going live tonight, which is super, super strange because it's a week before the Haunting of Verdansk. Now, I don't know what is in this update. It's update 1.28, and to me, it's just kind of confusing. So what I thought we would do today is dive into everything that we know about the Haunting of Verdansk and kind of discuss what is going on with this update coming later tonight. And then, of course, once the update goes live in the morning, I will have a video for you guys explaining you everything that's actually inside of it. So the Haunting of Verdansk is starting next week, and we're going to talk about tonight's update in a little bit. But as far as everything that we know about Haunting of Verdansk, it all kind of comes together when we look at the roadmap for Season 6. Now, it is a little bit odd that we haven't got a Season 6 Reloaded roadmap or a Haunting of Verdansk roadmap yet, but I'm assuming that'll probably come Monday, the day before Haunting of Verdansk actually starts. So actually looking at the roadmap, this is when it reveals the actual event. So from October 20th to November 3rd, that is when we get the Haunting of Verdansk. Aside from that, though, we don't know much about this. First of all, we know that there's going to be a butterfly knife as a new melee weapon. We know that the game modes that we were supposed to be getting this week are Gun Game TDM and HQ Firefight. And then next week, or week 4+, we're getting a new gunfight tournament and TDM snipers only. Now, the thing is I would be willing to bet that when Haunting of Verdansk comes out, that is probably when we're going to get the gunfight tournament, because they like to do those at the mid-season update, which would be next week. Now, the weird thing about all of that, though, is none of it is spoopy, and you'd think that with the Haunting of Verdansk title, we'd get some spoopy game modes or a spoopy multiplayer map, but what we do know is we are getting some spoopy things in Warzone. So, here is what we actually know. So, at the beginning of the Haunting of Verdansk, aka October 20th, Warzone is getting a new night mode. Essentially, everything is going dark, the moon's gonna be out, it's gonna be spooky as hell, and on top of this, there is rumors that there is going to be a new zombies game mode called Zombies Royale within Warzone. Now, I don't know if that's coming at the same time as the night map or a week later, closer to Halloween or whatnot, but we do know that both of these are in the game files. Now, as far as Zombies Royale, what this mode actually is it's similar to Infected. Basically, once you die as a human, you become a zombie, and then you can go and try to kill the other humans. If you do successfully kill a human, you can actually come back to life as a human, and your goal is to be the last alive human on the map. So kind of like a mix between BR and Infected from multiplayer. Pretty straightforward. Now, on top of all of this, as I said, Warzone is getting a night map. So the whole map is going to be dark, it's going to be nighttime, and there is rumored to be a bunch of different game modes to come at night. First of all, 50v50 night mode, so kind of like a team deathmatch, large scale map, like we've seen before, but at night. On top of this, BR night mode, so your normal BR, but you're going to be playing on the night map. Mini Royale night, which I'm actually really interested in. I enjoy Mini Royale, so interested to see that come back. And finally, Juggernaut night mode. So Juggernaut Royale returning just simply on the night map. All of these are in the game files. Now, the weird thing about this is essentially it is only a 2-week event from October 20th to November the 3rd. So to fit all of these night modes in over 2 weeks is going to be interesting to see how they do that. I'm curious to see if the night Warzone map actually continues after the event is actually over. Now, I'm guessing there's also going to be some interesting spooky little Easter eggs added into Warzone as well, as one was already added with the beginning of Season 6. You see, if you go to this area on the map here, just to the east of the stadium, there's a little campsite, and if you go there, this is what you can hear. Yeah, I know, creepy as hell, and I'm guessing we're going to be getting more and more stuff like that throughout the event of the Haunting of Verdansk. Now, on top of this, we're probably also going to be getting some spooky skins, weapon camos, things along those lines. For example, like the one that you're seeing on screen here kind of has a Halloween vibe to it. And I'm guessing we're getting a lot of stuff like that. Now, the weird part about this is we have not heard anything about what we'll actually be getting for multiplayer. Is there going to be a night mode map? Is there going to be a new spooky map? Is there going to be nothing? I don't actually know. As of right now, there is nothing in the game files. However, that may change with the update that we are getting tonight. So this is the update 1.28 that I was talking about earlier. Now, this update kind of came out of nowhere. We all assumed that this would be coming next week with the beginning of Haunting of Verdansk. And what's odd is we don't know anything about this update aside from one thing that Infinity Ward tweeted earlier today. So they said that tonight's update will begin rolling out at 11 p.m. PDT. This update also includes mode-specific uninstall options for PC Modern Warfare owners. Instructions on how to do this will be included in the patch notes coming later this evening. Stay tuned. Now, this makes a lot of sense. This is something people have been asking for a while. Modern Warfare is a very large game. They want it to take up less space. Unfortunately, this is only going to be on PC. Now, the weird part is they gave us PC information, but the only place that you can pre-download the update is on PS4. And obviously, that's not going to be a part of this PS4 update. So, what is this 9.7 gig update? What does it entail, and what's actually inside? To answer that question, I don't know. We're going to have to wait until later tonight to find out. However, I do have some guesses. So to be quite honest with you, the answer to this is going to be a little bit more boring than you may expect. I think this update is going to include a lot of bug fixes. Season 6 added in a lot of bugs, and I'm guessing they're trying to fix them with this update. I also think that there's going to be a lot of background information revolving around the Haunting of Verdansk. So I think tomorrow we might potentially get a bunch of leaks as to what is actually going to come. You may remember the last mid-season event that we got was the Call of Duty Games of Summer, and it ran from August 28th to September 7th. Once again, just under 2 weeks, similar to what we are seeing with the Haunting of Verdansk. And this had to do with a bunch of trials, there was leaderboards, things along those lines. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Haunting of Verdansk also adds something like this to affect the game as a whole, maybe specific challenges, things to unlock, weapon variants, and skins that you can unlock by completing event-specific challenges. I'm guessing in this update that was added today, there's going to be background files for that. Now, the big question is there still going to be another update coming out next week? And to answer that question, I don't know. We're going to have to wait to see, and as we find out all of that information and we hear more and more, maybe get a mid-season or a Haunting of Verdansk roadmap, I will keep you guys updated. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. It is the best way to stay up to date on everything Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, all of that jazz. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on. If you enjoyed this video, it is always appreciated if you do hit that like button, and let me know what you think of all of this down in the comments. I'm curious. I'm super curious. And then once tonight's update actually comes out, I will have an update video explaining everything that's inside early in the morning tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.